Command & Conquer Rivals is by far the best game of the year, of the century even. It takes everything right with modern gaming and perfects it into the future of gaming. As, like it or not, all of you PC gaming master race faggots and console gaming scrubs need to just grow up, because mobile gaming is the future of gaming and mobile gaming is where the market is heading. Now yes, did we have a rocky start with Battlefront 2?
So we launched our game in November of last year, and clearly we didn't get it quite right.
Well, no fucking shit!
Yes, but that's all it was. A rocky start and nothing more. And if you think otherwise, well, like them mods, I'm sure we can bribe you into thinking otherwise. Anyway, did we maybe take it a bit too far? Yes, but we were just testing the market to see what worked and what didn't, and we now have all of our research, and using this research as well as research from our other affiliates, we are ready to bring you the greatest greatest live service experience you have ever seen, using all of the research we have gathered as well as our partners. Partners like Ubisoft providing us a chart showing how single player games and just games overall are dead and live services are the future. Activision Blizzard with their patent, and of course fucking up the guns in the Spyro Reignited trilogy, even though Crash just has realistic guns. What the fuck are you doing, you stupid dicks? And most importantly, scientific revenue,
turning players into payers,
showing us how best to monetize. And we also had some extra help from Sony last minute on how to deny crossplay and infect any third-party account so that there is no escape. All of this leading up to this one moment of live service perfection. Generic stock assets and music you've come to expect from low to no effort mobile games, mindless, monotonous button tapping gameplay with none of the real-time strategy that made Command & Conquer, well, Command & Conquer. And do I hear you say two currencies, one in the form of the worthless stuff and the other in the form of the premium gems or whatever variant that we decide to come up with? You bet your ass there is. But most importantly,
Command & Conquer for a new generation.
Oh yes, a new generation to rope the kids into another money-making pyramid scheme that they can use their parents' credit card for, and teach children the way of gambling and crippling debt, as we learned from the best, carefully examining Warner Brothers strategies, and how they blatantly ripped off Fallout Shelter with that Westworld shelter. Well, we blatantly ripped off the Harry Potter game to really maximise profits with our catchy slogan, "The more you wait, the more we make. Now buy the command coins, you peasants." And let me reiterate, because here at EA, we don't respect our intellectual property, nor any victims we kill. I mean, a quick aside here, I do like me some JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, especially Part 4. I think Part 4 is my favourite JoJo series, and from Part 4 is my favourite character, which is the serial killer Kira. Mainly because I like cats, however me and Kira do share a lot in common. However, unlike Kira where he kills women, I like to kill studios, or my company likes to kill studios, and then rather than keeping their severed hands, we like to piss on their graves with such victims as Bullfrog Studios in 2004, where we closed their thing and then we pissed on their grave by turning their beloved Dungeon Keeper franchise into a trashy mobile cash grab. BioWare, where we made them use an incomplete engine and completely the wrong engine for the job, causing mass... So I'm nearly done with the review. This is just the editing room right now, and as you can see, like in the background here, I've done most of the Wii Shop things, and up over in this direction is the rest of the review, and I was just getting some YouTube footage for some jokes, some transitional clips. Like here you can see there is a video in the background which we're going to do a little animation from all these little things that you can see just popping up right there. And then I was getting a little bit of content cut for a transitional joke which you'll see in mere moments. And as I was getting this footage, the rumblings from the inside, because it was kind of said a few days ago but not really confirmed, but then as I was just kind of listening to videos and clicking YouTube while working on this, those rumblings from the inside proved true, and well, yeah, another one left. So this makes 5 now that have left during Anthem's development, and that's pretty telling, isn't it? You know, we had let's just spin on. We had Casey Hudson leave, and then we had that guy leave. Ariane Flynn. I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name. And then we had Stephen Gilmore leave, and then we had Drew leave, and now James is leaving. That's 5 developers, and oh dear, and it's clear that it's not just a coincidence at this point, because BioWare, while they didn't technically die, as you're hearing from Andrew Wilson's rant, while they didn't technically die from Mass Effect Andromeda, it's clear that EA giving them the wrong engine and it turning into the shit show it did really affected BioWare and really put a dent in BioWare. And it's kind of like, hey, Mass Effect 1, 2 and 3, nah, that BioWare's gone. Dragon Age, nah, that BioWare's gone. This is the direction BioWare's heading in. And a few of them obviously jumped ship when Andromeda was being worked on. And now with EA's E3 press conference of Anthem just looking kind of dull and mediocre really, and not really doing anything, and now they're all leaving, it's clear that they know that EA, I mean obviously all the little ground people don't, but these are the guys that have worked there for 22 years. These are like the head developers, the head writers, the head animators, all these big people leaving. So being higher up, it's clear that they know something, and they can see the iceberg coming, and they're all jumping ship. They know it's on a crash course. They know that this ship is gonna sink in mere months, and they're just getting off that ship before the collision happens. Because at this point, when the 5th developer has left and Anthem is the biggest game, it's like EA's biggest game, and it's like, oh, BioWare, this is our biggest game. Hey BioWare, you better not fuck this up or it's going to be your head, just like it's Visceral's head. And you've got all these big top guys leaving. Well, I think these big top guys know that, well, the head's already on the chopping block, they're just sharpening the axe. So, hey, I don't want my head cut off, so I'm going to get out of here before the axe finally drops when Anthem releases. And it's obviously very worrying, but we're doing another review about EA being shitty. So, yeah, that was just an aside, and oh dear indeed, EA. But to not keep you around, I'm just going to let Andrew Wilson finish his mocking speech at what a piece of shit and how stupid and retarded all of us gamers are. And then we're going to see the fun little animated transition that I made that I quite enjoyed. It's already up on my Twitter, so some of you might have already seen it. But yes, back to Andrew Wilson. Expect Andromeda to be completely terrible and riddled with bugs. And, well, I just love killing, so off with their heads for doing a bad thing, even though it was our fault. Or, of course, Maxis, where we shit all over Will Wright's corporation, turning The Sims into Sim City, which was a fantastic game by the way, and then destroyed his dreams of a big grand spacefaring Sims with Spore, we made sure to fuck that up. Or the one that I'm very proud of, our latest victim, which was Visceral Studios that made Dead Space. Don't worry, they are currently in the ground, and my scientists down in the lab have put a nice timer around the neck of the corpse, so once it's decayed enough, we will dig up that corpse to desecrate. I'd say maybe in about 2 years, Visceral's body will be ready to desecrate with some sort of Dead Space live service or Dead Space mobile game. Yes, my company and Kira have a lot in common, and now it's Command & Conquer's turn, where, like Bullfrog's Dungeon Keeper, we are turning a beloved franchise into a depraved shell of its former self for the shithead kids of the new generation, as I stated. Let me state that again.
Command & Conquer for a new generation.
But hey, if you don't like it, well, you're clearly wrong. In fact, you're all wrong. All these gamers that complain on the internet, well, they just don't know what they want. None of you do. As at the end of the day, you're all just whales, or dolphins, or some kind of marine animal that needs to be milked of their money. You have no free will. You have no intellectual thoughts. Just keep spending money until the live service is no longer live, and then buy the next one, because that's where the future of gaming is heading. Mobile games are the future.
Play space, am I right? A play space that we believe is the future's future.
Shut your mouth, you miserable piece of human garbage! Shit! Let's get this nonsense started. I read on the internet this one time that some of you had some proper shit to say.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Content Cop, and today we're doing something different. We're not taking down some YouTuber like Ricegum or Keenstar or Mr. No Chin himself, who's hiding his malformed chin for several months now and has just disappeared off YouTube. Instead, we're going to take a look at the blustering stupidity that is EA. And my god, dropping all of the jokes and themes like Content Cop, this has to be the biggest amount of bullshit spewed in so little time. With Command & Conquer being in the ground for several years, that corpse collar that EA talked about has popped, and now they've dug it up to basically fuck with it, with the last Command & Conquer being mediocre at best. Like what will happen to all of Visceral's IPs in around 2020, 2021, maybe 2022 at the latest. I would say that Command & Conquer's corpse has been dug up and it's now desecrated, as with the aforementioned thing that they did to Dungeon Keeper Mobile. It's time to do what they did to Dungeon Keeper Mobile to Command & Conquer. A respected and loved game, stripped of all its mechanics, its charm, its personality, and turned into a cynical, no-effort, cash-grab mobile app. And if that was not bad enough, EA is going to call out gamers for being shit, and EA knows better and says mobile gaming is the future. Sure it is, EA. Right, 2 quick points there. First of all, mobile gaming's the future, with the App Store just being spammed with Clash of Clans and Candy Crush clones. Sure it is. And second, we need to respect gaming. You mean like how you respected it? Like how you respected it with Dungeon Keeper Mobile? a game so disrespectful that England banned your game from being advertised, yeah? That's the level of respect we've got to give you, okay, well that's the level of respect I'll give you. Which leads us here to Command and Conquer Rivals. Sorry, Dungeon Keeper Mobile Part 2. Again, I will remind you, a lazy crash grab that was so bad that it was banned on the UK App Store. With Command and Conquer skin to invoke some kind of credibility and nothing more. As if it was just an EA shoot game. Well, it wouldn't sell, would it? Nobody'd buy it. So, it's time to use a prolific franchise name. Nothing to do with the original. Just wearing the skin in the hopes of tricking a few poor people. But if you can't tell by my mocking tone at the beginning, and of course the countless video segments from others like Jim Sterling and Young Ye, who is the most aggressive I've ever seen him.
The Command & Conquer brand just fit. Oh, fuck off with that nonsense. Flirt with people who grew up with these games. Not a single Command & Conquer fan will look at this and go, this is familiar, this is what we wanted, this is the Command & Conquer we knew and loved, but back in a relevant way.
Yeah, after the controversy of Star Wars Casino Front 2, people are sick of EA shit and have seen through the lies and the bullshit for what it is, with EA doing the Sony smart thing, or actually even better, the digital homicide smart thing, and saying gamers don't know what they want. Yes, EA, I'm sure they don't, EA. I'm sure that they did not just want either a remake to a high standard that has become the fastest selling game on the Switch of all time remade, or a faithful sequel to the original made by fans, or a team that actually knows what they're doing and actually gives two fucks. Nah, everyone's a stupid whale, right, EA? We're all Carmen, the cross-eyed ditzy whale from Rayman, yeah? Also, really good movie, EA, to basically slag off the very same people you want to buy your shitty in-app purchases. Let me know how that goes, EA. Although, I'm pretty sure I know if you can't tell from this.
Oh, fuck off with that nonsense. Flirt.
Yeah. Calling your customers stupid and saying they don't know what they want, that wasn't a very good idea. And like Gambling Wars 2, I don't think, EA, you can PR your way out of this one. You lit the forest with your words and now it's an out-of-control forest fire. Nice going. And here we are with the review, although again, by my mocking tone, it should say everything about it. No effort, generic graphics and music, and mindless tap-the-screen gameplay with no real-time strategy that made Command & Conquer, well, Command & Conquer, and of course microtransactions at every turn. And you knew this was coming, player choice. It's all about player choice. And we all know where that load of bollocks leads. With its final verdict being an absolute failure of a 0 out of 5. A worthless, no-effort cash grab that is worth no one's time. It has no standing, it has no substance, it has nothing. Just basically like Dungeon Keeper Mobile. It's name only, using its acclaimed and recognised name to sell microtransactions and nothing more, because it's a live service. And if you are a mobile gamer, and you don't have time to buy a Switch and you want some mobile games, then just go to Nintendo with things like Pokemon Quest, Magikarp Splash, or Mario Run, because at least Nintendo puts some fucking effort into their work, and they don't railroad you into the store every 5 minutes. But hey, you are right about one thing, EA.
Command & Conquer for a new generation.
You're right. It is for a new generation, but that title's a little wrong there. There's some fine print that you're not enlarging. Let me just fix that for you. There you go. Much better, as yes, it's a new generation Command & Conquer, or the full title, Commanding Your Cash and Conquering Your Credit. Oh well. Better luck next time, EA. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully this speeds up your inevitable demise and you can finally get a taste of your own medicine and the thing happens to you what you've done to all the other gaming franchises that you've murdered, like Visceral Studios. And then everybody can be much better without you once you have just fucked off forever.